wrestling fans, and welcome to a special FX1 version of Friday Night Smackdown,
Friday Night
or
Smackdown.
what we call just Smackdown.
Just Smackdown.
What we are watching is Smackdown.
So
That is
we're having
Dalethea.
a special Halloween one tonight, everybody.
It's a
out there.
spooktacular.
Spooktacular. Spectacular indeed.
It's so spooky with the spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't realize how spectacular it is to be that spooky. Boogs. All right, so they were going to go one-on-one with Rampage tonight a little bit. They were going to go over and do all that fun stuff. And then they're like, you know what? We didn't like how it turned out last time, so we're going to just do Fox Sports 1. There she is, the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Anyway, so they were going to go one-on-one with them with after talking smack right after.
Right.
But they decided to even not do that. So they're just going to show this again after it's over.
Oh.
But then they forgot to advertise anything about it until tonight. So, yeah, people are going to watch it 3 times in a row. It's going to be on now, next, and then next again. But nobody knew what was going to be on, so how could you plan your night around 3 episodes in a row?
Nobody can do that.
You know, I like to plan my night around wrestling, you know, as it is, but three in a row? Can you imagine watching Raw twice? Like right after it's over, you're like, you know what, I'm going to watch this again.
No.
Charlotte looking fantastic.
It's the most hideous
Popping
thing
out the top
ever.
of her turtleneck there. Fireworks show with the CGI stars all over her. That's not real.
That's not real. That's not real. All right.
It's Halloween special edition.
So you gotta have your weird puppet out.
So you got to have the doll.
Gotta have Mr. McBoss Man out
Some
tonight.
good shit. Charlotte's money.
Money. Anyways, we do have people in the chat. We've got Film Nation out there. Aaron is with us tonight. We have Sophie with us, and Ravi is out there. Bryce is with us, and
Hey.
that looks like it for right this second.
It's still early.
Mm-hmm.
Early in the evening. Just about supper
That's
time.
about it. I don't see anybody else.
Over by the courthouse, they're starting to unwind.
So, let's see. Bryce says, here we go. I'm watching SmackDown as I speak.
Poor boy
Robbie
pulls the
says,
feet
as a
alive.
special request, he is going to sing the Sasha Banks theme song. And Sophie says SmackDown is going to air a repeat of SmackDown, what Travis just said.
Sing it.
You sing it.
I don't know it.
Me neither. Film Nation says that. Oh, here come the Lonely Queen. Yes, yes, yes. And the armpit Queen of WWE.
You know what?
Sweet,
You know
man.
what is nice though, guys, and you have to admit it. By having her on there, because she's the second biggest star in wrestling, right? She starts the show, and they can have Roman end it. They don't have to have Roman starting in and it.
That's true.
Now they actually have a star at the beginning. They bought both of the biggest stars on one channel.
Robbie's like, Travis is the man. Yeah, he might sound like Ned Flanders commentating on wrestling, but he's a cool guy.
Old Ned. I'll talk about the Bible.
Sophie says, hopefully they don't do replays of SmackDown on FS1 after this weekend. Maybe they will. Film says, oh, Miss D, by the way, I watched Hocus Pocus last night. Did ya? It's a good movie. I'm going to have to watch it here pretty soon or else I'm going to miss out.
Look at
Sorry.
It's expected.
Wink. Film says, oh, Miss D, by the way, I watched Hocus Pocus. Ravi says, have to big up D and Travis, my 2 fave people from across the pond. Sweet. Thanks.
Well, we all heard about it all week. Order has been restored to SmackDown.
Sophie says, is it a good idea for them to air a repeat of SmackDown tonight instead of doing Talking Smack or putting whatever usually on at 10 p.m. on this channel?
We'll see what the real ratings are head-to-head against whatever that's called, Rampage. With their second show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Charlotte out there talking, and the boss needs some attention. She must not be getting enough at home.
Nope.
She got to come out and interrupt.
So her fingers up there have boss time on them. But
Knock, knock.
Who's that?
Interrupting cow.
You're so... No.
And Sasha Banks.
Interrupted cow.
Interrupted cow. Murr. You're supposed to say interrupted cow.
I said that.
No, you didn't. You
I
said
tried
no.
to. I said no, but then I said interrupting cow.
Moo. Look, she forgot her other half of her britches.
I think they got ripped off.
I
by
wonder if they
somebody.
did. Maybe she was trying to get out there really fast. Her husband didn't have time to sew them up.
They're like, oops, you forgot half your pants. Alita's in the chat. Hey, Alita says,
Hey, Alita.
No, Sophie, that show did its last show. Sophie says, I heard a lot of AEW fans left the arena after the Bryan Danielson Eddie Kingston match tonight.
Possible. I have no idea. I wouldn't doubt it, though.
Robbie says, yo, peeps, smash up the likes. Like Sasha Banks will smash up the queen.
Nobody's
and
buying
subscribe if you are new. You don't care. So, just like you then, Sasha Banks.
Right?
Film says, oh, snap, it's the armpit boss, Sasha Banks.
You know what's funny is I used to like Sasha a whole bunch, but this is, like, what she's doing lately is just trash. Yeah, this isn't the old era.
This is an old Sasha Banks era.
There's a whole bunch of women in the back.
Meg, shut up. Randy says, hey,
There you go.
Randy Sam is in the chat. Hey, Randy.
Hey, Randy.
Says, hey, Wrestling Gab, what if Bray returning tonight and shocked the fans? Ooh,
I love the
shocking.
fantasy booking. His contract is up in a couple days.
The 31st.
Nobody's scared of you, Sasha. Come on. Use your logic.
Oh my god, nobody's scared.
Who is it?
Oh, who
Is
else
it Baszler?
coming out to get some chances?
Is it Shayna Baszler?
Shotzi.
Shotzi Blackheart.
They're gonna throw Shotzi out there right away with her tank and her little weird goofy stuff she's got going on.
She's very goofy. I guess she's supposed to be like a super heel, though. That's how they were going to plan on using her.
So
Although
we've got
you
three
can't,
hills out there now?
you can't come out in a tank as a heel. Oh, and Sasha is not being a heel right now. She's being an uber babyface, and it's annoying.
Oh.
That's why her character is all silly. Makara! Look no further.
Fantastic.
Okay, what's mean
Shotzi,
shit is
Shotzi.
what mean shit is she gonna say to her?
That's adorable.
It's a missile attack on SmackDown. Shotzi gets her match.
Donkulous.
Let's make it official.
Let's make it official.
Make it official then, asshole.
Make it official.
Every time I hear it, you know what show it is. I say it every time I see it.
Yeah.
Let's make it official then. Let's make it official then.
Throw a
He's at a
chair.
little kid's soccer game.
He's at his little kid's soccer game.
Meg! No.
Do you want the puppet? Do you want the puppet? We'll give you the puppet.
I'll go get the clicker.
That doesn't really bother her too much. You have to get the beeping one. Walter's in the chat. Hey, Walter, how's it going? And Robbie says, Sophie says, with Dynamite not hitting 1 million viewers this past week, everybody was shocked. Film's like, woo.
Oh my gosh.
Heart face.
Okay, I have a question for real people out here. Where do you find this stuff? Like, where do you find these ratings? Do you, like, go on, like, tvguiderating.com, or is it, like, on some station that you watch or something?
And who's everybody?
Like, I just
Who
want
are
to...
these everybody that's so shocked?
I want to know who is literally just beside themselves because nobody watched fucking...
AEW
Dynamite on
didn't hit 1
Wednesday.
million viewers. Oh my god!
They're not going to hit 1 million viewers. They don't have the fan base yet. And they keep bringing in the same guys that they're already there. They already have the indie guys. They already have all the fans of indie wrestling. They have them all. Every single indie wrestling fan watches that. Now they need to quit bringing in the indie guys and start bringing in professional wrestlers.
Right.
To bring in the other half. They don't have to hire them all. They don't have to hire every single real wrestler. But they can't just keep bringing in the same Darby Allin.
No, they can't.
That's macking.
Let's see. Here's a trivia question for you. How many WWE
I'm on the air. Why, what's up?
championships were won by Hulk Hogan? It looks like we got Rally in the chat. Thomas.
I can't hear you.
How's it going? We have EWE out there. Hey,
Yeah.
guys. Let's see.
Go ahead. It's not going to work, but yeah.
Sophie says I heard a lot
Because
of
it's
AEW.
blown.
Robbie says, yo, peeps, smash up the likes like Sasha Banks will smash up the queen and subscribe if you're new.
Right. It'll make a whole
Read
bunch
that,
of
read
loud,
that one, read that
high-pitched
one.
cracking
Sophie
noises.
says, with Dynamite not hitting that, read that one. Robbie says, yes, I think Sasha and Square need to have another Hell in a Cell match. And Sophie says, how long will it be
Love you.
before Rampage becomes
All right,
2
bye-bye.
hours? And if they do, what night would be good for it?
Sorry,
Walter
I
is
didn't
in
hear
the
it. What
chat.
was the question?
Hey, Walter. Sophie says, how long will it be before Rampage becomes 2 hours? And
Never.
if they do, what night would be good for it?
Oh, if they change nights, they don't have to. They just have to go on earlier. Just go on at 8 o'clock on Fridays.
Yeah.
Don't do it when people are trying to go to the bar and have fun. Like, don't do it when people are trying to have excitement. You can't do it on a Friday or Saturday night.
Right.
You can for special events, but you can't do it week after week after week. So it has to be a Sunday night would be, I think, really good for wrestling that they don't do. And now that WWE is going away from those pay-per-views on Sunday nights are perfect. Monday nights are perfect. Tuesday nights are perfect. Wednesday nights are perfect. Thursday nights are perfect. As long as they do it early enough.
Right. Sophie says how Walter's in the chat. Hey, Walter. And Robbie says, do your mate Shotzi coming out to cause havoc? Films like Shotzi Blackheart. Wow. And Walter's like, boo, Charlotte. Boo, Banks. Alita says, who's on now? And it's
A commercial.
But it was Charlotte,
It's Charlotte,
Shotzi, and Sasha.
Shashi.
Which is now back.
Shashi.
Sophie says,
It's
I thought
Shotzi.
Shotzi is supposed to be a heel. Ravi says, I think Shotzi could cook the queen all day. Walter says, Shotzi will win. Philip says, could she turn heel? Well, Walter, Shotzi can't win because it's for the actual title.
Are you
isn't it?
sure? I don't know if it is.
Oh, maybe not.
If it's not a title match, Shotzi could definitely win because the boss is out there and she likes that attention.
True. Robbie's like, LOL, fresh matchup. Walter says Smackdown will be good. Sophie says finally a fresh match, and fans complain that we get a lot of rematches.
So Sasha or Shotzi looks just like, you're not gonna believe it because you only knew her when she was older. My mom's friend Chris that lived next door to her.
Oh yeah.
Exactly like that. That's exactly what she looked like when I was growing up,
That's
except
funny.
without the green hair.
Right.
But her face and body, it looks identical.
How weird.
Yeah, she used to undress in front of me all the time when I was a kid.
That's nice. Walter's like, hey, EW Network.
Isn't
And
that
Alita
weird?
says Sophie. Yeah, that is really weird. Alita says Sophie, and who just said something. Raleigh says, hi, Travis Dalethea. Glad Shotzi getting a chance at last. Jeez, love Shotzi. She's so cute.
Roll her up!
Love your stream. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
And of course, Thomas is in the chat. I said to a shout out to him. He says, hey guys, what's up? And Robbie says, smash up the like, subscribe. People who are new to the channel. Phone says, I love seeing Charlotte and Sasha Banks in the same ring. Alita says, all the people who are caring about ratings. That's the answer to the people.
It's so
Walter
weird.
says 3 titles. Thomas says, been stuck at home with a case of sprinkles, so I'm annoyed. Oh,
Uh-oh.
you got the vaccination and then you got unicorn sprinkles? How weird.
Yeah, it's just not as bad. So in the old days when smallpox vaccination came out. Are you kidding me?
No.
What
She's
is her
doing it.
deal?
I don't know. The answer to that trivia question was 6. If you guessed 6, you got it right.
So people still got smallpox. It just wasn't as intense.
Right.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Sophie says with ROH releasing everyone this week, there was a joke tweet that Tony Khan signed most of them to a contract, which is funny. And Kenna Cutler said, hey, man.
Whoa!
Hey,
She's
man.
in here.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Robbie says, Alita, do ratings really matter? Film says, I think Charlotte's going to win. I think it's too early for her to lose the title.
Oh, I don't think this is a title match. I don't see anything about titles.
Raleigh says, was it a number 1 contender
Letha's probably
match?
hanging out with her boyfriend. Her dad's in here with a fucking hand puppet. That's pretty funny. Like, hello. She's like, oh. Never mind. Oh.
Oh, I thought he was cool. Nope.
He is pretty cool sometimes. It's a persona that he throws on for the wrestling fans.
Was it a number one contender match? So if Shotzi wins, she gets a match of championship. That would be cool.
Anything would be cool. I mean, obviously, Charlotte's just got to win this clean. Like that, just drilling her. Drags her out into the center of the ring. Huh.
Weird.
I figured Sasha would do something there.
I figured she'd grab her too or something there. Sophie says, how long will the Saturday pay-per-view won't work for the WWE?
They're going to it. Like, there's nothing that's going to stop them. It's just like all these companies, they think they're the only company. Boxing does it too. Like this next Saturday, UFC and Canelo Alvarez are going head-to-head.
Canelo Alvarez.
The number one ticket in pay-per-view boxing
Canelo Alvarez
is going one-on-one with the UFC this next week on the 6th. And it's the best UFC show of the year. That's the crap that I'm talking about. And so one of these shows like WrestleMania or something, they're going to put like UFC and WrestleMania at the same time or something. It's like, why would you do that? Yep. It's because they don't know each other exists, yet us fans are the ones that get the short end of the stick.
Yep.
Basically going to be paying $140 next week to watch both pay-per-views at the same time, which is just dumb.
Yeah. Walter says on Sunday I'm doing some errands and watching NFL football. Sweet.
That's perfect.
And Robbie says Shotzi going to feast all over Square. Sophie says the TV networks care about ratings. And Film says, woo, Miss D, did you just see that? Yes. I was not watching.
When you say the TV networks care about ratings, do you think they really care about ratings, or do you think they just care about a demographic in the ratings? And the reason I ask that is because Raw gets a lot more views overall, but it seems like nobody cares about anybody over the age of 49, which is basically where all the world's wealth is. There is a few billionaires under 50, but most of them are over the age of 50. Somebody do the research for me. Look that up. Where's my fact checkers?
Walter says Banks with the blue hair and Shotzi with green hair are cool. Ravi says Sasha teasing Mans with that birthday suit.
Big right hand.
Sophie says, will it be weird for both Dynamite and Rampage going to be on different networks? That might make people not want to watch Rampage more.
It's going to make it weird. It's got to all be easy. Everything has to be really, really simple.
Walter's like, lost. And Thomas says, I can't taste or smell as all I got.
Shit. Charlotte just saved her ass.
Which
Charlotte just saved her butt. We saw that on NXT just a few weeks ago, and the girl went head first into the ground by not being able to jump through the ropes like that. Her foot got stuck. Charlotte grabbed her and lifted her up.
Wow.
Saved her neck, saved her face.
Talk about, she hates everybody in the back. That is not the actions of somebody who's not looking out for her fellow
That girl
wrestler.
was probably on the other people's side for a minute. Now Shotzi, when she goes in the back, is going to thank her
for saving her goddamn life.
Now she got somebody on her back. She'd be like, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I would have ended up with a broken face.
Or neck.
Well, what was that? Toxic Attraction. That girl did it. Like, it was a 3-on-3, whatever they call it, triple threat match for a stipulation. And she got hurt. She couldn't even finish the match.
Right.
For the stipulation. I think it was to spin the wheel or something. I can't remember what it was. But anyways, they ended up winning the title. So they are champions. But it was the Burnett and Toxic Attraction. Not the pretty one that's the world champion.
Right. Ravi says Shotzi holding her own in this match. Alita says 14 days. Kenneth says, yeah, I'm with Cliff. Adel Plays is in the chat. Hey, Adel Plays says, what channel and when does Smackdown start? It's on FS1.
It's on Fox Sports 1.
FS1. And it usually starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Walter says, okay, at 9:10 p.m. I'm going. My time to be here for Raw Monday, but still here in chat. Walter says it's on FS1.
Woo.
Film says, boo, come on, Shotzi Blackheart, show your armpits already, boo. Don't cover them up, boo. And as Film says, awesome, can't wait to see Roman Reigns. And his armpits, too. I'm going to throw that in there.
I don't think he likes the armpits.
Phil's excited about Roman Reigns' armpits. So if he says, with the WWE holding a pay-per-view on Labor Day weekend, Tony Khan might move all out either to the following day or the following weekend. And Rally says, bet Sasha gets involved in this match. Wait and see what happens in a bit. Probably attack Charlotte. And Adel Plays says the same thing. Ravi says, nah, man, I ain't playing and we'll be watching both. Trust. Sophie says, I mean both by demographic and the numbers. EW says WWE Raw had 65,000 viewers. Sophie says
650,000, yeah.
Maybe. I think the Fox WWE deal is coming up next year. Ravi says, come on, Shotzi, just win the match. Adam plays like, bro, read my comment. Bro, totally got to it.
Bro.
Give me a second, man. I gotta read all the other comments too.
Bro.
Bro. Bro. Sophie says, it took me a second to remember what channel Smackdown was on tonight. Walter's like, WWE wrestlers will dress up for Halloween and Smackdown. Film says, you can't hate Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair loves everybody in the locker room.
Just giving out love.
You're cute, buddy. You're so cute. Okay, here's another trivia question for you. Who was Mark Henry's first official match against?
No idea. Make shut up.
Lolita says Shotzi has done a lot of botchy moves. Rally says, well done, Charlotte, for saving Shotzi from injuring herself. Like you said, happened on NXT. Talk first retraction. Got her foot stuck. You have to look after each other when in the ring.
Right. And the other girl did not help her. But Charlotte going up top. Now watch, she going to help Charlotte out. No, Charlotte got down. Maybe Charlotte didn't trust her. She's like, I got to flip back on you.
She's like, I think she's getting up. I better get down. Robbie says, do you say
Charlotte pushes away.
Sasha Banks' theme song for the end of the show?
I don't know the words to it. I just know it starts out like with her
I don't
music.
even know what it sounds like, so I couldn't even tell you. Film
They
says
changed it.
Dudes' armpits, bar thumbs down. Women's armpits, hearts, and thumbs ups. Whatever.
Yes, the feminine physique is very, very nice to look
Oh,
at.
so he likes Adam Cole's armpits then. My bad. So Pete Dunne.
You like Pete Dunne?
Adam Cole. You like their armpits.
Finn Balor.
Feminine physiques.
Finn Balor is very feminine. Very.
Robbie says, I bet if Dee was backstage, she would have wanted to fight square. No. I probably wouldn't, because I'd probably be on her side.
I like Becky. I'd have a hard time picking sides.
I didn't say I didn't like Becky. I'm just saying that I...
Oh! Big boot all the way down to the floor.
PW says
Charlotte,
20 years
making her
before
help.
WWE was a thing. It was TYPG? TVPG. Got it.
Oh, shoot. In the 80s, you mean?
I don't know. 20 years before. 20 years is just the 2000s now.
Oh, 20 years before now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he meant like 20 years before WWE started.
Right.
That might be it. 1, 2. Charlotte kicks out.
The answer to the trivia question was Jerry King Lawler. If you guessed it, you got it right.
Jerry King was like 80 years old when Mark Henry first started. Charlotte almost had her. I'm going to miss this because of wackadoo. No.
Just stand right there and tell her, shut up.
No. Oh, Shotzi rolls her up. I've seen her dad lose this way.
Nope, didn't.
Multiple times. Little small package.
Sophie
Charlotte
says,
misses with the boot.
did you see the United Kingdom card that they released today with Walter versus Cesaro and Sami
1,
Zayn versus
2.
Ciampa
Oh!
versus Braun for the NXT Championship?
Did not.
Ooh, nope, didn't see that one.
No.
Raleigh says Raw had 1.6 million, not 650,000. WWE should be a mess if it was that. Vince would be going crazy if it was 650,000. Jeez.
Right.
Phone says, I like women. I'm a straight dude, not, you know.
You can say it. It's okay.
You don't like men? Whatever. You totally like feminine physiques. Walter's like, okay, Shotzi, get the win. Randy Sam says, hey, Wrestling Gab, did you hear that WWE signed
Charlotte lands on her feet.
Petey
Backs
Williams
down.
and Jimmy
1, 2.
want Yang back as a producer?
Who did?
The WWE signed Petey Williams and Jimmy want Yang back as a producer.
I don't know who those people are, but those are probably some of the let goes. Why is Sasha up there?
Charlotte's like, here, I'll let her hit you. That's fine.
it. Natural selection. Count to 100.
If that isn't...
She didn't even sell it. She just stood there.
She did.
Come on, Shotzi. You're better than that. That was Sasha's fault.
That was Sasha's fault.
Sasha got involved in that match.
And ruined it for Shotzi.
See, now she
not
feels
for
bad.
Charlotte.
She should be in the back. But
Or she
instead she's
belongs.
out there. I don't understand why she's even there. Shotzi's going to kick her ass.
Thomas says I saw the UK card, but it might get canceled if the spikes and cases continued. Walter says, oh, lost. And Sophie says, with the Saturday pay-per-views, the UFC and MMA must be mad at the WWE for making the move because they might lose a lot of people.
There, Shotzi pushed her down.
WWE.
Here's the heel turn for Shotzi. How dare you? Charlotte getting involved. Look behind her!
Oh.
Big clothesline from behind!
Who else is going to be a babyface then? Who's going to come save her?
Right? There is none.
Dewdrop?
Tony Storm.
Is Dewdrop on SmackDown?
No. She's still on Raw.
Oh, she's on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I went through the list of the ladies, and there just is none.
That's sad.
It's nuts. This is very anticlimactic. Like, none of the fans give a shit what's happening.
Right? Brandy Sam says SmackDown producer, though. Robbie says D likes Adam Cole's physique. Haha. Dude.
She likes that
Robbie,
big head.
If you like Darby Allin, then you like Adam Cole. It makes sense because they're like the same type of physique. They're
Not
tiny
really.
and little
Darby
tiny
has a
boys.
tiny head.
They look like 12-year-old kids.
Yeah, but Darby has a
Gross.
small head. Oh!
You mean he has a normal-sized head?
There, this is
exactly
what's needed.
To beat the crap out of Sasha and then Shotzi and
Charlotte
Sasha.
just goes away.
Right? Didn't she
And
leave?
No,
Did
she's
she
not.
take?
I thought she was.
No,
still
I
out
think
there.
she
might have
left.
But this is perfect.
She has her title.
Now,
and I think
Sasha
she just walked
can have
away.
a feud with somebody in the future. This girl. So I meant futuristic girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's from NXT. Is what I'm getting at. The future. There's a
Right.
word. But anyways, now Charlotte can go fight somebody else like Toni Storm or whoever else the faces are. Although she can face heels too. The Shayna Baszler. She's over there.
Oh,
That hurts.
ouch.
That even sounded loud.
Right.
Sasha's just a tiny girl. You can't be.
And she
beating
gets
her up.
hurt kind of easily sometimes, depending on what they do.
She's still holding that arm. Uh-oh, going up top.
It's broken.
I don't have my microphone on because I'm going out to kill the dog.
She's all quiet now.
Oh, backdrop. Oh,
Well, she's not as loud
she's not
as she
barking.
was. Let's see. Rowley says, did you see that Tommy Dreamer is back on Busted Open this week? He was suspended for a couple of months back now.
I'm glad that he's back.
Yeah. Whatever he got suspended for was probably stupid.
Oh my god, I told you what it was for.
Then it was stupid. It was idiotic and dumb.
You
EWE
cannot fire somebody for saying the truth.
The truth.
Like, it's so ridiculous that people are getting fired for saying the truth. It's like, it's a radical, weird world where the truth is transcending. Like, people are like, I can't believe how brave they are. They're speaking the truth.
I know, it's pretty
Like,
sad.
can you imagine living in a country where you can't speak truth? You can't speak facts? You can't speak...
I can imagine it because we're living in one right now. It's pretty sad. EWE says, what TV channel are you
he's still
on
Jeff
and what
Hardy.
TV provider do you have?
We have Dish.
Well, we have a satellite provider, Dish Network, but we're watching it on FS1 channel, so that's where you should be able to watch SmackDown.
Okay, Toasty Marshmallow looks just like Jennifer Lopez on our profile right there.
Did you?
Like if they pan back out just a little bit. See it?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Looking like J-Lo.
Oh, she's like Happy Corbin.
Happy Corbin, Madcap.
So, if he's Willow, does he not do the face paint stuff
It's not
or something?
happening. He's not Willow. He's still Jeff.
Oh.
It's a trick or street fight. I want a trick. Oh wait, no, I am a trick. Is that what when you buy hookers? You're
Yes.
a trick.
Film
We
says,
don't
come
have
on, Charlotte
hookers.
Flair. So he says AEW had 1 million viewers before they were on Saturday the past 2 weeks. Where did those viewers go? Walter says Charlotte Flair won, and Robbie says, D, how did you become so cool?
Well, put it this way: if you have something, say you have something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people come and do it, right? So we'll just say we'll use Oprah as an example. She's small. People kind of know who she is.
Uh-huh.
So you knew Oprah was going to be on at 3:00 every day,
Uh-huh.
right? Like, you didn't have to go, is it going to be on Saturday this week? Not one time in your life did you say, is Oprah going to be on this Saturday? No. And by being on every day at the same time, people started to just go, oh. So when you're on every Wednesday at the same time, people are like, oh. And then all of a sudden they turn it there on Wednesday, and they're like, oh, maybe it got canceled. They're not going to hang around. They don't leave it in the corner of the TV that says, it's on Wednesday, it's on Wednesday, it's on Wednesday. It's just not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh, the next week they turn it there. It's not there. Now it's been over 14 days. It's been 21 days, right? Now it's back on 21 days. Guess how long it takes to build a habit? 21 days. It's weird. So now they watch something else on Wednesday because they decided to take it off of TV. Now, granted, it was on Saturdays, but who knew?
Right. Unless they advertised it and you were watching that specific channel where they advertised it at.
I can't turn it off TNT because there might be an ad.
Right? You'd have to be watching that channel the whole time to maybe see an ad for it.
Cardi B.
That's not Cardi B.
Nicki Minaj.
That's not her. It's the other one.
I didn't know there was a third.
Megan Thee Stallion. Remember we talked about this.
She looks like
They look all the same, yes.
Well, Cardi and Nicki look enough different, but she's like kind of in between.
Mm-hmm. Like if you didn't see their faces, you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so and so," because they kind of all have a little bit of the same body type.
Right. I think
is
Nicki's
what I'm
a little
saying.
shorter and bigger.
Right. But that's what I'm saying about that they look the same, by the way. Is because their body types are really quite close.
Sasha is going to wrestle her in the main event at WrestleMania. That's her call. Not the Fat Stallion, but the Nicki Minaj.
Oh, yeah?
That's her. She's already said it.
That's her big thing.
She's going to main event WrestleMania wrestling her. Which is funny because Cardi B's the only one that actually talked about wrestling.
Right. Raleigh says, did Shotzi lose? Yeah, she did. Sophie says, I don't know, that D was cool. You didn't know that D was cool? Film says, yeah, Charlotte Flair won. Film says, here's your winner and still the women's sexy armpit world champion, Queen Charlotte Flair. Cool. Robbie says, Shotzi needs to put on her big girl pants. Walter says, good fight, Binks and Shotzi. Film says, yes, yes, yes. EWE says, EW Network is the best. Raleigh says, wish Tony Storm or Mia Yim were on show and got a chance, not fair. Thomas says, why isn't Tony Storm being used? I don't know if they're doing something different with her character or something, but we saw her one time and haven't seen her since then, so I don't know. Sophie says, I wonder how many of the ROH talent will wait for the relaunch in April and how many will go to WWE, AEW, or Impact. No, we'll find out when it happens.
Depends on any of them are good.
Yeah, depends on if they're good, yep. Robbie says, D, I like Darby for his wrestling. Yeah, that's jokes. Right there, that's some jokes. Sophie says, Sasha versus Shotzi, take my money. Philip says, Charlotte. And Robbie says, D, you're the one that keeps going on about Adam's body. Walter says, Nia Jax still out due to injury. Sophie says, ROH tape library isn't up for sale but once it does, the bidding war for it between AEW, WWE, and Impact will be interesting.
They are going to reassess what's happening, and then they're going to restart. So I don't know if they're going to have the same champions.
Oh.
Or if they're changing, they'll just have new everything when they come back.
Walter says, Jeff Hardy. Film says, come on, boss, get up. And Vindicator says, hey, Travis and Dalethea, everything good in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, it's looking really good.
My night has been ruined with the Shotzi heel turn. This is so stupid. SmackDown has one baby face now, Tony. Your girl Sasha's a little bit of a baby face.
Naomi, Sasha, and Tony, it looks like. I was going to go look through the names in case there's a third that or fourth that I forgot about.
Nia should just stay at home. Film says, poor Sasha, she didn't deserve it. Film says, let's go Jeff Hardy. Sophie says, Shivani said that AEW could have a streaming service at the end of next year.
Yeah, they have to have content, right? You can't have a streaming service if you don't have any content. Like, who's going to watch it? They have, 8 pay-per-views? Maybe 10.
Right. Vindicator says, Sasha, who I like, is more in the middle and opportunists like Edge and Rhea. Robbie says Jeff Hardy is a mug. Sophie says, in 99 days, the Winter Olympics are here.
I'm so excited for that. Isn't that going to be great?
The film says, boo,
in
Oprah
China.
sucks. Oprah sucks. The film says, she's a scam and she just wants her money.
Okay, here's the SmackDown women's. Charlotte, Naomi, Aaliyah. Aaliyah could be a babyface. Toni Storm, Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Xia Li, Natalya, Shotzi, and B-Fab. That is your ladies on SmackDown.
Wow, that's some really poor choices they got. Walter's like, geez, good SmackDown I chose. LOL. Film says never trust Oprah.
Right. Now, your ladies that are free agents, but I think Asuka did sign, are Bayley, Eva Marie, Lacey Evans, and Maurice. I don't think Lacey Evans and Maurice are going to be on TV anytime soon. So
yeah. Films like never trust Oprah. That's just my honest opinion. It's how I feel about Oprah. And Robbie says Oprah loves herself too much. Sophie says the fall TV season is here with a lot of shows competing against Dynamite. EWE says, did you know Dish has rain? Is it raining outside right now where you live? No.
No, it's not raining.
Nope, no rain for us. It's been sunny and really nice today. It was like
even when we get really bad storms, we still get really good reception. Like that was my big complaint. Like before, is that was going to be the problem, and it just never happened. I never really.
The only time it's happened is when we've had really heavy snow.
And then you just go wipe it off.
Stayed on the dish, but we just go out and wipe it off.
Now, when we first got it put in, we didn't want to concrete it in the ground. That was a little bit of a mistake. Because then I had to concrete the pole in while the pole was in the ground. But if you dig a hole around the pole, it moves. So it was. We had
to have him come readjust it to get back to the spotlight.
I did it with a string.
Oh.
I hung a string with a weight on the end of it that just touched the ground. And then I marked on the ground where it was. And then I concrete put the pole in. And then I just made sure that string was the same height and in the same exact spot.
Oh, nice.
And just held it there for like 15 minutes while it dried. And then we changed companies. Postman Pierce looks like he's upset.
Hunter Pierce is all angry in the back, having a meltdown.
He won't be disrespected. Paul Maven's face. Are you going to...
Cannot and will not happen.
There, he's going to suspend him for life. He'll be fined $1.50 of $1 million. $1 million.
Isn't that right, Mr. Bigglesworth? He has balls, so it makes sense.
$1 million.
Old Adam Pierce trying to portray as Dr. Evil there.
Look, Toasty. She's always creeping up on him.
Yeah. Indefinite. That's hilarious. Sophie says, I know the Winter Olympics are the day after my birthday next year. Robbie says, yeah, Dee brings the ratings up on the channel. Sophie says February and October are scheduled for Saudi Arabia. Sophie says Vince went to Saudi Arabia this week. Phelps says she would win an armpit tag team match. Who would win? Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus Carmella and Nikki Cross. Who would win?
Carmella.
There you go.
Carmella always wins.
Carmella and Nikki Cross would win because of Carmella and her armpits. Phelps says, when will Jeff Hardy turn into Willow? Robbie says Sasha can be whatever she likes. She's that established. And Walter says Roman Reigns boo. Robbie
look,
says
she's trying not to laugh.
On the gap.
Look at her face. She was her hardest trying not to smile.
What is she?
Yeah. She's like, oh my God, quit spitting on me. Pierce.
He's really selling it, isn't he?
He just likes to say the name over and over.
Uh-huh. Alita's like, don't even include BFAB. Like, she's like, no.
Yeah, she's wrestled twice in her life.
Films like Eva Marie is a free agent. I didn't know that. Raleigh says lots of people out with injury. Asuka, Nia, AJ Styles, Bailey, Bliss. Quite a few at the moment. Lacey Evans just had a baby this week. Bliss just had surgery. She didn't really have an injury at all. Nia, I don't think she had an injury. I think she's just wanted to be out.
Oh, look! It's Drew Mack.
AJ Styles, yeah, we don't know what happened to him. They were supposed to have a tag title match
on Monday
with Randy Orton and Riddle, but he did not make it. And I don't know that Asuka had any kind of injury. I thought she was just taking a break. Film says so she did come back to Raw or join the Smackdown. Eva Marie.
I feel like you can't find somebody that much money just because they're wealthy.
Or
right?
just because you didn't like how you got treated.
Right, because, like, let's just say hypothetically, Sami Zayn did it.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't made $1 million in his career.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like, and just because Brock makes $12 million a year or whatever his contract is, it's probably even higher than that. So we'll just say like 15 million a year or 20. Just because he makes that much doesn't mean you suspend or you fine him that much. You have to fine everybody equally.
Right. So it says there are people out there that blamed AEW for ROH closing its doors. I don't know who these people are, but I'm pretty sure that it was two people, right? Two of them. Two people complained. They made the world go round.
All the people in the world complained.
All the people. Here's a trivia question. Which superstar was never a part of the Ministry of Darkness?
Is there like options?
No. Why would there be options?
So which superstar was never part of it?
Which superstar was never a part of the Ministry of Darkness? So
all of them?
So who was a part of the Ministry of Darkness?
Right.
And then go, well, who should have been but never was a part of the Ministry of Darkness?
I'm like, all of them?
I'm sure he was probably in that same circle of whoever they were.
Right.
Vindicator says Aaliyah and Zai were never really babyface in NXT, but Aaliyah would be the most likely choice for it, but she'd probably get jammed into a tag team maybe with Naomi and be forgotten.
I wish there was a way they could use Xylee on the main roster, but it's just not going to work. She's never going to beat any of the big girls because she's so tiny, and her sort of it kind of is upsetting that they won't. And there's no way Vince is going to make a niche for her. He just won't do it. Although she is from China, and if he can get on TV in China,
right?
Just like the UFC fighter, if she's on the UFC, there's like 1 billion people watching.
Mm-hmm. Film says poor Adam Pierce. Sophie says I heard mixed reviews about Dish. Thomas says ROH closed its own doors as they started and stated until next year. Wow, we'll replace them in their TV slot. There you go. There is some real truth from Thomas. Thank you, Thomas, for the real truth.
All women's wrestling is going to replace them. That's pretty cool.
AWE says what city of California we live in. We don't live in California. We live in Idaho, and that is an actual state
and Dish,
in the United States. What
is your apprehension on Dish? Don't be apprehensive on Dish. Is by far the greatest that I've had.
Better than some of it. It's better. It's been better than DirecTV.
DirecTV was absolutely great. I loved it. I enjoyed it, and then Miss D here went to the fair and decided to buy this, and I was like kind of heartbroken about it, and I was just like, they hooked it up. I got used to the remote is half the size. It's tiny. It does way more functions. The hard drive is like 5 terabytes, where the other one is like 500 gigs.
You hear this guy over here saying that it was me who made the decision.
It was.
That's hilarious.
You were at the
We had talked about possibly moving from DirecTV to Dish. We had talked about it. And Travis kept telling me how much better Dish was because of the hopper and how much room it had and what you could do with it and all this other stuff. I was the one that had all the apprehensions about it. And then I called him while I was at said fair, before I even did it, and said, well, what do you think about just doing it now since we're out of our contract? I didn't just go there and go, I think I'm going to change it, and he'll never know.
She brought me a card with a girl named Brittany on it. Brittany.
I did. I bring you the information because I was like, well, they're going to be here when you're here.
Well, we can still cancel for 30 days. That's what you told me.
If you don't like it. Anyways, Film says, oh, yes, I love Austin Powers of the movie. Walter said, geez, Adam fined Lesnar $1 million. Oh, boy.
Hey, it was October 1st, so it's been 3 years. Mm-hmm.
Robbie says, haha, LOL, Austin Powers. Sophie says, when do you see Paul truly show his true colors in this storyline? They can't hold off that long for it.
Right around Royal Rumble. So I'm going to say right at the beginning of February, somewhere around that time is when they're going to do it.
Film says, me and my dad love to watch Austin Powers.
That shit is great.
Walter says, Paul Heyman, boo. And Vindicator says, 1 million is chump change to Brock, even though he's just a mercenary. Sophie says, Sinclair Broadcasting ever cared about ROH in the first place. And Piccolo's in the chat. Hey, Piccolo. How's it going, man? Says, did he just say $1 million when Pinky hits his lips? That's exactly what happened.
$1 million.
Alita says, well, they are keeping with his contract. Robbie says that's like chump change to Brock. Walter says Drew will win. Russell McIntyre's in the chat with a knife. And Robbie says Kayla Braxton has better makeup on than Dee's mate Liv. I didn't know we were mates, but alright, bud. Film's like, okay, I respect your picks. Who should win? I say Bliss and Charlotte because I can see them go one-on-one in an armpit deodorant match. Sweet. Sophie says with Greg Hamilton being released, they probably have to move ring announcers around. They aren't sure if Mike Time is going to be on both shows.
Isn't he the one that shakes? Mike Time or whatever?
Maybe. I thought you said it was Greg Hamilton. Film says, let's go Drew McIntyre. Vindicator says, yeah, Pierce is an annoying name. That pierces your pain tolerance for names that begin with the spitting letter known as P, much like Paul, LOL.
Who has the testicle fortitude?
Testicle fortitude.
The gut sack? Who has the gut sack?
Who has the testicle fortitude? Who's got the ball?
Mustafa Ali! He doesn't lose.
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa.
Piccola says, just came home after watching a movie. Oh, what movie did you see? And Walter says, Vince McMahon. Oh, your answer to the trivia. The answer to that trivia was Kane.
Kane. I was like, I can name you 100.
Alita says, what did you see, Piccola? And Piccola says, I'll say Steve Austin for the block. Film says, if Bliss wins, she'll have an opportunity to go after Women's Day. Oh, okay, buddy. I'm going to stop reading this for a second. Piccola says, the new Venom. Alita, how's it going this evening? Oh, he went and saw the new Venom. Nice. Film says, let's go Drew Mac. Film says, I wonder where Drew is going up against. Looks like it might be Mustafa Ali.
So, Ollie, let me tell you something, buddy. Size is 30% of a wrestler. Mike skills is 30% of a wrestler. And then in-ring is in there. It's like probably 15%. Do people really watch wrestling for the in-ring part of it?
Robbie
it's kind of funny.
He really, really enjoys Darby Allin's look and wrestling.
But he just told him that he has more talent in his pinky than Drew has in his entire body. And we'll see how that plays out for him.
Raleigh says Asuka hurt her elbow or shoulder. It's in a sling, been out for a while. AJ Styles
Drew picks him up, throws him
meant
hard.
to be on Raw versus RK Bro on Monday. It was in wrestling news earlier this week.
Ollie looking fantastic in there against the big man.
The Braves are 1-2. Oh, that's what you were going to do.
Wait, what? They're up 2 to 1?
The Braves are 1-2. Mm-hmm.
So they're down 2.
Good. The Braves are 1_2. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a mistake.
It usually means they're down, so it sounds like Houston's up 2 to 1.
So Alita wouldn't say good about that, though.
I know.
EW says, does your satellite have armor? Sure. It's just like a knight.
My phone
Alita
died.
says, how was it, Piccola? I'm great. Blythe Evans is in the chat saying,
Hey,
yes,
Blythe.
I'm enjoying time with my own child. Are you sure it's your child, or is it somebody else's that you carried for 9 months?
What?
Exactly, right? Walter's like, I have direct TV satellite dish outside. Nice.
Direct. There's nothing wrong with Direct. I liked it. It's just that Dish has a bigger box. Like it has more storage, and you can record like 7 shows at once. No need for that to ever happen, but where Dish you could only do 3 and watch 1.
Pico says it was okay. I believe you shouldn't have to see the first one, but I guess you have to be a Venom fan.
It wasn't bad. I liked the first one.
Sophie says, do you see Vince actually selling his company to anybody since he is a control freak?
Yes.
Robbie says, haha, D getting giddy about TV, haha. Film says, Paul's going to Joan Lesnar. Robbie says, D, that sword looks sharp. Maybe you should go try it out on yourself and see if it is sharp.
Oh, there it is.
Vinegar says Travis is making those Brock Anderson type big bucks so he can afford to experiment a little with the dish. And yes, I did mean
Brock shit.
Anderson.
Drew's gonna break his arm. Let go, you dick.
Don't break his arm.
He's just a little guy.
Yeah. Just because he said stuff doesn't mean you break his arm for it. Like, be a bigger man. Oh, wait, you are the bigger man. Except for you don't have the balls.
He doesn't have the
testicle fortitude.
Yeah, but how do you say the cancer?
Testicular.
Testicular fortitude.
as we're talking about balls on our show tonight.
To
EWE
teach me
says,
how to
do
talk.
you know your bill for Dr. V in 2030 will be $950,000? Wow. Really? That's amazing.
That's not too bad.
Sophie says, my mom was looking into Dish at one point, but decided not to get it because it didn't have USA.
Oh, ours has it.
Dish Network has USA.
We watch it.
We just watched it on Monday.
But what country, like, where are you at?
Sophie's in Florida. Robbie says, D, you love to hate Liv, haha. Well, it's better than loving her. Film says, here goes McIntyre. Letus is thinking about getting blue
Oh, what's he going to
braids.
say?
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
The people who choose to cheer for Drew McIntyre. Yeah, Lita, that would probably
You
look
choose
cool.
to root against me.
I think you should get blue braids. Why not? Thomas
Wow,
says,
absolutely.
I'm hoping Joe Henry will go to WWE as he is the most PG wrestler there is on the independent circuit. Piccolo says kids will like the Venom movie, Alita. I wish I got to see.
He's trying to pull the
instead.
race card. Did you see that? The only reason you cheer against me is because my name's Mustafa Ali.
Because I'm Muslim. That's why you hate me.
It's got to be true because nobody likes Mansoor.
I love Mansoor.
He's one of my favorite guys on TV right now. Was
I like Mansoor.
does he not count because he's from Saudi Arabia or something? Like, I don't get it.
That's probably it. Walter says, Drew, get the win over Ali. Film says, I found out it's Ali. And Robbie says, Ali, what's he going to do? D or mate looks like some angry man with small man syndrome. Vindicator says, yeah, Ali is definitely mocking MJF with his Arabic-style scarf and walking around with a mic. LOL. Sophie says, my TV has been acting weird. Sometimes it goes off on its own. That means her TV might be
That's
going
like not
out.
liking Big E because he's a black man. Because I like Bobby Lashley. Wait a second. Something's off here.
That's weird. How is that possible?
I'm like, Bobby Lashley needs to be champion. Well, you just don't like Big E because you don't like black people. It's like, wait, what?
Excuse me. Say it again. Do you hear yourself talking when you talk?
Oh, Mustafa.
Oh, Mustafa. Silly boy.
Oh, look at the king. How's this going to work out? Look at Woods. Hit row. Welcome to my kingdom.
Ugh, this guy.
Oh, there he's doing the British thing too.
Film says you're going to fight Mustafa Ali, and Alita says I don't have kids. That's Ayla. And Vindicator says I watch wrestling for the in-ring part of it.
I think B-Fab might be taller than both of them.
She probably has heels on too.
I'm
that are
sure
like,
the fuck me pumps.
maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't. Robbie says, D, I do enjoy Darby for his wrestling. And David Valentine is in the
Hey,
chat.
David.
Says, S. DeVille to be president of WWE. You want Sonya Deville to be the president, huh?
Get her up there.
Vindicator says most promos are clinched and overdone these days anyway. And Alita's laughing at Vindicator's comment of, I watch wrestling for the in-ring part of it. Sophie says...
If that was true, you would turn it off right now.
Sophie says they are hiring short refs now to make wrestlers feel taller.
King what?
No. Piccolo says, yeah, I will watch for in-ring work. Less for the gimmicks, except for
King
Super Elite.
Woods. Hey, we're gonna see him out on the ring.
Oh, fuck.
King Woods. He's a benevolent king. I think they need to add new music for like more kingly music.
Maybe.
Lots more
No.
trumpets.
I'm not going to listen. Robbie says, Drew, man, he's pumped. Drew, come on. And Vindicator says, by the way, the World Series game is scoreless at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Robbie says, Drew. Robbie says, LOD, what the hell? Disrespecting EW says, WWE is the World Wrestling Alliance. Piccolo says, never seen Drew miss a guy with a claymore. And Robbie says, Drew using Becky's finisher. Ha ha. Sophie says, wow, another fresh match.
The man slam.
And Mitzi says, LOL, you suck. Film Nation says, hey, Misty, I left out a few AW women's armpits. I also like Bunny, Allie, and totally Ty Conte. I don't know about Anna Jay's. I think if she embraces hers, then maybe.
She embraces them. Look
People
on her
says, get them blue braids,
Instagram
Alina.
page.
What color are they now? Vindicator says, you people have bad life choices.
Right?
Film says, oh no, Mustafa Ali has something to say. Mitzi says, no, not anyone here, just the crowd saying you suck. Film says, Mustafa Ali. Thomas says, don't pull the Muhammad Hassan gimmick with Ali. Ravi says, haha, that voice is jokes. Film says, I'm confused what he just said. Vindicator says, calm yourself, Sophie. We get one fresh, interesting match once every 3 months. And Pico says, possibly not your fault, buddy. I mean, Mustafa. Sophie says, every once in a while, we check TV companies and see what they have and don't have. Some of them didn't have USA Network on it.
Right. And it might have. I think they did it with strike for like a day. It was Fox that something happened. Fox got canceled or something, didn't it? What was the one? Remember, like they cut a whole channel out for a minute, and then they brought it back. It was right when the pandemic started. It was NBC
maybe or something.
Yeah, which is USA. That was the USA one.
Yeah, but
and we're like,
USA
oh
was
crap!
still on there.
It was back. It was back within like 3 days.
Walter says, a New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Robbie says, Dear Meet King Woods coming out. Seriously. I don't even know where you get your shit from, but whatever, dude. Films like King Woods, films like Oh No, Hit Row, bruh. Vindicator says, nah, real talk racism actually does exist among lots of WWE fans, and just not as much as Ali makes it seem. Film says, not the guys.
I'm sure there's stereotyping and stuff, but I don't know about actually hating somebody because of their color, because that's what I consider racism.
Yeah.
Not stereotyping somebody. Like, if you stereotype somebody because of their color of their skin, that's just ignorance. Where racism's like you hate them because of the color of their skin. Not because of their character, because of the color of their skin. That's racism. Racism is not like, all white people do this, and all brown people do this, and all Asians do this. That's just stereotype. That's just ignorance.
Robbie says King Woods. D excited for this one. I'll have to check King Woods. Sophie says AEW is sold out Long Island, while the WWE barely sold out, and they are both in Long Island around the same week or a week apart from each other. Robbie says, who would buy a Cena shirt?
I got one downstairs, but I didn't buy it, I don't think.
Nicola says, is purple always a royal color? The rug really tied the room together. Ha ha.
That's Ravi.
Yeah, he knows everything about.
He's in England. The only place
the
that has a king. He's the only place that has a king and queen.
He's like, I don't know anything about the royalty, Dalethea. Yeah. And they had a meltdown about it and cried in the corner.
See, we're stereotyping all English people.
All the English people know everything about.
That's
Raleigh is in the chat somewhere. Are you still in here, Raleigh?
That's
if
not
you are,
hating.
You should know every. Oh, Thomas is in here too. Thomas.
Hey, Thomas. Yeah.
Thomas should know. He's from the UK.
He knows everything.
Raleigh, Ravi, and Thomas are all. Somebody says that AEW was a pro wrestling company. It seems like they have more sports entertainment on their TV than they do wrestling. Okay. Film says, I find my WWE, AEW women's...
Xylee, there she is. They're finally showing her. First Chinese woman to ever be in a WWE ring.
Really?
There's 1 billion fans coming with her. She's huge. So,
coming soon.
And by the way, if they do push her and she becomes big, then they will push her to a title because of the fan base. They did it with Jinder Mahal. Because they figure they could get India. The only problem with Jinder Mahal, guys, is he's from Canada.
He's not from India.
But if Veer works out, 1 billion people.
Is he from India?
He is from India. He was in that tournament that we watched, the Spectacle.
Oh, I did watch that with you. Sorry. I didn't watch the spectacle with you.
The Spectacle.
The Spectacle.
Fuck, I'm still embarrassed about that. I'm glad nobody watches old shit.
Everybody go watch
Look
it.
at his dimple. It's like 8 inches long.
I don't really want to look.
It is I, your king. He's doing it right. This is fantastic. Kofi's not doing it right. But look at Woods. Oh, he's doing it right. Like, he must have practiced all week. He's got the squinted eyes, and he's, like, regal and above everybody, and how he talks. It's working.
I find my WWE, AEW women's website looking them up and just on Reddit. Nice. That's where you find your sources. It's fantastic.
You know who he's copying? Eddie Murphy.
Oh. Well, maybe he shouldn't because Eddie Murphy actually was kind of cool, and he's not. Indicators like films. If you read this, you need to understand nobody has any real interest in your armpit desires and fetishes. You could actually keep that to yourself.
Is he going to hit Kofi?
Maybe. Robbie says D loves the underdogs. Ha ha. EW says I wish WWE was TVMA. Piccolo says I seen a good trailer for a movie called The Black Phone. It's a thriller. Oh, that sounds interesting.
Is that where they answer the phone and they die?
Oh God. Films like anybody can be a champion no matter you're white or black. Yes, honey.
What is it?
Anybody can be a champion.
Color has nothing to do with championships.
What color is not a thing. Let's be not weird.
It's like 2021.
Robbie's like, I'm brown because I stayed in the sun too long.
Fuck.
How could you do that in England, dude? Do you guys even get the sun? I mean, seriously.
He goes outside like once every 6 months. Just stays out all day.
And that's how he gets brown. Congratulations.
Then stereotyping again. I'm sure the sun comes out more than once every 6 months. Kofi's on his knees, gonna get knighted.
Jokes on that one. Ian Glazer's in the chat saying, back at Ian, says Thomas says, see the season finale of Dark Side of the Ring? Have not watched it.
I haven't seen the first episode.
Sophie says CBS does always get pulled off the air like it did with my TV for a while. Then they put it back on, and CBS did the same thing for dish users not that long ago.
I don't watch anything on CBS, so I wouldn't have a clue. The only ones I know is their secondary channels, and I don't know which ones they own.
People says that's just negativity and childish. Go to Oshag Hennessy's office.
He's the hand of the king.
Oshag Hennessy.
Oshag Hennessy.
Robbie says hello. Yeah, Dia cried in the corner. Haha. Film says if Anna J's shows our armpits more on Reddit, then I can reconsider liking hers too. Great. That's awesome. And Film says so. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Robbie's
That's
like,
a unicorn.
Your mate Woods is milking it big time, and Film's like Woods.
Oh, it's a magnet.
Right. Gender is into poutine, don't you know? I don't know how to say that word. That food item they have in Canada. Poutine.
It's like protein with a P.
No, it's Poutine.
Potent? I don't know.
Exactly.
Potent? Some Putin?
Film's like, what's LOL? Sophie's like, why does the World Series always mess up the
Whoa!
Smackdown schedule?
Look at this. Pump the brakes. The Usos coming out.
Pickle says, do you mean Prince Akeem from Zamunda?
Yeah, from Zamunda.
Robbie says, do you tell me it's King? Well, it's time to shine, so let's enjoy it. Words of that never happened out of my mouth. That's your words.
You guys
Stop
remember when
putting
these
those
two
words.
guys
Anyway,
had
they're my
a
mouth.
wrap off? They've actually had a wrap off before, these four men.
Oh my God, seriously? That's weird. Ian's like, Great Lakes ship Mississauga today. Wow, that's great, Ian. Ships in the Great Lakes. Sophie says Kofi Kingston has been part of the WWE since 08 or 09, the same year as Dolph Ziggler. Robbie says, yeah, DL, although from Washington.
Do you know there's bull sharks in there?
Work. I'm
in the Great
turning
Lakes?
white like MJ.
Got Villalago or whatever it's called.
Villagos, and you wash your hands too much, your skin color comes off. It's not how it works. I did not know, but it makes sense because bull sharks can go from salt water to fresh water and fresh
Yeah,
water
but they
to salt
usually
water.
only travel like a few miles inland.
They probably
They
adapted.
had to swim up the whole Mississippi to get to them.
They probably adapted. That happens. That's
So
creepy,
that's
though.
over 1,000 miles.
It's kind of scary to know that there's sharks in the Great Lakes, though.
Mhm.
Like, ew, nobody wants to go swimming
That's how
there.
Jaws was written, by the way. That's what Jaws was about, was bull sharks
In the Great Lakes.
in the Great Lakes. That's where they got the idea, was these sharks were attacking people.
Huh.
And they just turned it into the biggest, baddest shark and then out in the ocean.
Well, and it had to be a great white because that only makes sense. Thomas says it was on the steroid scandal with WWE.
Hey, Luke's in here. Hey, Luke.
Hey, Luke. I haven't gotten that far down yet. EW says, why not switch Dish for Xfinity? They have all the streaming apps on their TV provider. They
We
have
don't.
auto car feature. I'm so much more than Dish. You can do more with Dish, but still not enough.
We don't have the option, I don't think. Unless it's a satellite company that I've never heard of or something.
Xfinity?
I think it's a cable company.
Maybe. I don't know.
Unless
Let's
it's
see.
internet.
I think it's an internet thing, but I don't know. Mitzi says pal and a confidant. Was that a Golden Girls reference? Yes, that is. Phil's like, come on, Bliss, I'm ready for you to come back. Still waiting patiently for you.
The king said, so let it be said. Let it be known.
Phil says, let's go Bliss, let's go Bliss, and let's go Bliss. And Piccolo says, not
Trial
Putin,
by combat.
it's Poteen, not Putin. It's Poteen. Okay, it's Poteen. There you go. Thanks for putting ebonics, or what do you call it?
Don't touch his shaft.
Ew, gross. Nobody.
Oh, Kofi just got punched right in the teeth.
Nobody touches his pee-pee but me. I'm the only one that touches his pee-pee. Phonics. Thanks for putting the phonics in there. Just trying to think of the word.
Hooked on phonics.
Film says, yes, I remember the rap battle between the New Day and the Usos.
McAfee.
Is he all excited? What's he doing over there?
He's talking about Sonya Deville. Usually she's abusing her power, but tonight, hopefully, she'll make that match happen.
Sophie says that her revisiting the Usos versus the New Day feud, and Luke, of course, said, hey, all. And Film says, don't just get all rated R like your boy Xavier was. He got roasted. Bobby says, saltwater don't taste nice. And Piccolo says, hey, how are you, Luke? And Ian says, Mississauga was built in 1943 and 620 feet long. It's a wonderful sounding ship. I don't know if that's better than listening or talking about armpits, but okay. Luke says Xfinity was formerly Comcast, and they do cable and internet.
Yes, but through a wire, and we don't have either one of those.
Ian says Edward H. Gott. Yeah, Sophie says these four guys are actually best friends backstage. EW says I didn't see him get punched in the teeth. And Piccolo says the day one-ish rivalry continues.
Day one-ish.
Sophie says I don't know what cable company has what channels. In the long run, they might miss AEW or WWE depending on the cable company.
It can happen.
Sounds like, is Sasha Banks going to fight Shotzi Blackheart? Are we going to see them fight tonight?
I don't know if we'll see it tonight, unless Sasha goes in the back and complains. But I would assume it's going to be in the future.
Back and complains. Vindicator says, so Travis, who is more insufferable, Woods or Queen Vega?
Well, I got to go with Woods because Queen Vega's perfect.
Robbie says, Seth, how
but I think,
how does he do it?
I do believe Woods did a really good job tonight. So I'm happy with his character, how he's doing it. Instead of just being like a normal person but wearing a cape. He's actually acting the part, which I really like.
Roberto's in the chat. Hey, Roberto says hello. Hope y'all have a good Halloween this Sunday.
Yeah, be safe. And I'm assuming most of the festivities will be on Saturday. I don't know if that's where it is all over the states, but that way the kids can be out a little bit later and it's a little bit safer, not on a weekday.
I have no idea when they're doing any kind of Halloween trick-or-treating door-to-door.
You guys go check out our Instagram. I put a video on there of our candy. It's actually a pretty good video.
Sophie says, when do you see them do Big E versus Rollins one-on-one since they don't have a December pay-per-view?
Just on Raw. It'll be on Raw. Or, I guess I could put it off all the way to day one, but I don't see that happening because I think Bobby Lashley's going to be wrestling Big E again right around that time when he comes back. It's Rick Boogs.
He is. He's Rick Boogs.
Do it.
You do it so perfect.
I don't even get close.
To try.
He pulls his mouth back. Watch his lips. Watch. See? I can't.
It's just like this.
I can't do it.
You're so weird.
Well, I was trying to get the noise by his face, but I couldn't do it.
Vinegar says, I'm sad, by the way. You guys won't be around for the most important moment of the night. Abaddon pre-Halloween in-ring special battle against a living nightmare from the pharmaceutical field. Britt Baker, huh?
Britt Baker, DMD.
Robbie says Kevin Owens must have slipped more discs than a DJ in his back.
Yeah, that
But
hurt.
he got thrown on that
It shattered that ladder.
That's pretty bad.
Should I get on our table?
No. No.
It's fun.
Not on this table. No. That thing costs a pretty penny. There's no
They can hold me.
I don't care what you think it can do. As Alita says, I just want pieces. Like, you want Reese's Pieces?
That's a good one.
Like, is that what you're talking about, Reese's Pieces?
You know, we didn't get any of those, I don't
I
think.
do not get Reese's Pieces. They don't make them that much in the big candy bags like that. It's really weird. Sophie says there was one or two cable companies that didn't have two channels. I forget which. And Robbie says, LOD, not impressed by Travis' impressions. Never.
Did you guys see that Indecent Exposure group is all champions? They have all the belts. The Toxic Attraction.
Indecent exposure. I'm like, who? I'm like, who are you talking
So
about?
I always feel like I make pretty clever comments, but I left one. So Mandy took a picture on Instagram. It was on when I was doing that, but she was in her underwear or whatever it was, like a tiny bikini or underwear, and she's in the bathroom and she's doing a selfie. And then I put in the comments, you look naked without your title.
Like you say about your dog when they don't have their collar on. You're naked. You're naked.
Right.
Why are you running around naked?
Yeah,
Look
but
how
she
fucking
was
fur.
naked, which makes it even funnier. Like, you look naked without your title.
That's too funny. Let's see. Walter says, okay, bye, guys. See you Monday for Raw. Have a safe Halloween.
See you,
You
Walter.
too, Walter. Sorry I didn't quite get some, more trivia questions out there. Anyways, but here is a trivia question. In which year did the famous Ric Flair retire from the WWE?
This year.
No, like real retirement stuff. Films like Nakamura, let's go. Sophie says Chad Gable graduated from Full Sail University today, and Titus O'Neil got a school named after him.
Wow.
Fantastic. Film says I hope he doesn't lose the Baron Corbin this time. And Pico says take it easy, Walter. And Alita says yes. And Robbie says we get Reese's in the UK. Do you get Reese's peanut butter cups or do you get the Reese's Pieces like from E.T.? Vindicator says Travis missed his calling as Metallica backup singer. LOL. Not maybe he could have been a good drummer or roadie.
Yeah, just part of the band.
Ian's talking about more boats. It's amazing, those boats. So amazing with the boats.
I was told that a
Travis-
clitorius looks like a boat.
Oh my God, stop.
That was when I was like 12.
Stop.
I was out on my bicycle at a girl's house, and I got home at
Sex education, guys.
I got home at 10 o'clock,
Beep, beep, bleep, beep, beep.
and I got put in my room with my stepdad, and he gave me the sex talk, but it wasn't like don't have I was 12 years old.
The birds in the beginning.
Not the talk of like, if you put your penis in somebody, you get them pregnant. It was like, this is what you look for, and this is what you're touching. I was a child. I was 12. I wasn't even 13 yet. And he's telling me that, oh, you'll know the clitoris because it looks like a upside down man in a boat. So they call it the man in the boat, I guess. I don't know if this is real. I've actually never Googled this, but you guys should Google that one. That's some fun fact checking. Don't go looking at clitorises, just literature.
Don't go look at porn, but just literature about porn. Robbie's like, you never told us how you became cooler than Mandy, because I'm probably not. Sophie says, with NXT no longer doing takeovers, do you see them doing some type of takeover
look at
with
this.
the main roster pay-per-views? No.
You know who's going to join the main roster this week, guys? Next week.
So do you think they have...
Tommaso Ciampa and Breaker are going to be on the main roster because they're going to be touring Europe again.
Oh, yeah, they were talking... Somebody mentioned that.
Yeah, so they're going to be on the main roster for that tour, and Sami Zayn's going to wrestle in a triple threat
Right?
for the title.
Anyways, Film says I'm happy happy that Mandy Rose is the new NXT Women's Champion.
Me
And
too.
looks like WTF Trav. I was literally Googling who the fuck Indecent Exposure was. Vindicator's like, Indecent Exposure is probably a fabulous PG-13 movie in the 80s archives somewhere. I was like, please don't lose Nakamura. And Ian's like, talking about more boats. Robbie's like, Luke, that's funny. And Pico's like, I find going to Walmart, bless you, Travis. The candy bags are completely smaller or less weight and charge $8 to $10 per bag. So much BS. But where would you go to find more, you know?
The big candy bars.
I bought the big bags, you know? And of course everything's smaller than it used to be. I mean, they're like, oh, but it's the same price. And it's like, yeah, but I got 5 less candy bars, you bitches. It's not right. I will pay 20 cents more for my extra candy bars.
So they've been basically pushing Corbin pretty hard.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like he still has to win this one, too.
Somehow he's going to win the happiness. Do you think they had kids do all of the pumpkin carving?
I hope so. Like a local school. Although that's really good work. Like that WWE one.
Well, that one, but I mean, they could have like an adult maybe help with it or something. But that one, boo, or you know, all the other that WWE one's not too.
That's the one I was talking about.
I know, but it's not as intricate as you think. Like, see it?
Right.
It's like just a W and a W. You could do that. You're like a child.
I'm like a child.
Sounds like Ric Flair got retired from Shawn Michaels. Oh yeah, the answer to
I knew
that,
how it happened.
The
I
answer
just didn't
to
know when.
that was 2008.
It's like where he kisses him and then kicks him.
Got
rich.
Like
Oh no, to the other side.
I want Kit Kats or M&Ms.
Rick Boogs.
Got both of those. Got a bag full of M&Ms that are peanut, plain, and peanut butter ones.
I seen the open pack on the
I ate
cabinet.
all those. Those are mine from. I grabbed them from work.
Oh, okay, but I didn't see a whole bag of them.
No, they had bought in some candy because they have the downtown trick or treating downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And
was that today?
Yeah, it was earlier today.
Did people
like
do
from
it?
3 to 5. Sometimes we get kids come up there, but it's kind of weird because it's up on the 4th floor, so we don't get a lot. But they bought a bag of candy just in case a couple kids came over. But sometimes their grandkids come or
right, the cute stuff. Yeah.
Holy
shit!
His last match was in WrestleMania 2008.
He just come flying in like a spider monkey. Did you see that?
So basically, they're like, oh, hey, this match is stupid, so let's have this happen.
They're obviously not showing us there's a springboard right there. Because he hit it and flew right over the top of the guys in the ring.
Uh-huh.
Huh. How would it be to be like that? Like, to just be able to, like,
Jump
over cars and shit without even jumping. It's just
and
like...
bounce.
Wish I was that bouncy.
Sophie says, whenever SmackDown is on FS1, their ratings aren't that great. Oh, no, really? Kind of like when, AEW's is on a Saturday. That's so weird, Sophie! So weird.
Yeah, of course it's not going to be good. Just like you can't compare Fox ratings to USA ratings, and you can't compare Fox ratings to AEW ratings because it's on cable.
Oh, he made sure he got an apple in his mouth.
Hey, I didn't think you could actually do that.
You're not supposed to touch them.
They're all eating them. Oh, good. I'd eat one. Even though that, what's his name's mouth was in there.
Boss, like, put his whole hand in there. Gross. Have you ever done that? Has anybody ever actually done bobbing for apples? I've actually done a bobbing for apples and have gotten an apple. It was like in elementary school.
I have a giant mouth.
Something.
I'm sure I could get it in there.
But yeah, I remember and I did it. And I was like, oh, I did it. And like, not very many people could. It was really funny. Film's like, yo, Travis, chill. Wow. As he says, what? And Film's like, ha ha ha. And Robbie's like, ha ha, I would have paid to that sex ed talk with Travis and his dad to be there, right? Alita's like, we do call it that. Pico's like, well, that just ruins the fun Googling it. Ha. Sophie says Travis does look like the drummer of Metallica, and he also looks like Fred Durst's older brother.
Oh,
so
Lord.
Travis, you're the man. Hello, right on, dude. Sophie's like, we do have Survivor Series in a few weeks, and so far, there has been no build to it. They are building to feuds that might happen after Survivor Series.
Survivor Series will happen all at once. It'll be like 1 or 2 weeks. Well, they'll do the invasion angle, like SmackDown will attack Raw, Raw will attack SmackDown. That's actually how Becky became the man, remember? She attacked with SmackDown onto Raw, and Nia punched her in the face.
Yeah. Gave her a concussion. She doesn't remember exactly what happened.
And she was bloody and cheering in the audience.
Yeah.
And it just, everybody fell in love with her. That was it.
Robbie says, what's Rick's finisher? Rick Boogs? I don't know what his finisher is. Alita says the boo. And Sophie says, let's see how the SmackDown ratings be tonight without Roman. Film says, if Bliss comes back, I hope she shows her attractive, lady parts of armpits. Film's like, let's go Nakamura. And Robbie's like, yay, no Roman. And Pico is like, oh, the first time I looked up at the screen and the McMahon puppet is on the stream. Stars.
It's Halloween.
Mr. McBoss, man.
Gotta bring out the stars.
Shit.
Gotta bring out the stars.
Gotta bring out the stars. Picola, haha, yeah, I saw that. Alita says me when in elementary school. Yeah.
That's him. That's him with Stallion. T Stallion. The Stallion.
Megan.
See him smacking her butt.
Stallion. Yeah, he's
smacking
it. But Alita, yeah, it was in elementary school. They had a apple bobbing thing. Sophie's like, everybody on the roster's happy about the moves to Saturday pay-per-views because they get to relax and watch football on Sunday. Robbie says, D, is Saturday date night for you? Is that why you don't like pay-per-views on Saturday? I don't like pay-per-views on Saturday because I would rather watch boxing.
And UFC.
And actually UFC. I would rather do that on my Saturdays than watch and sit here with a pay-per-view for wrestling. Not that you guys aren't great, but I actually like to have, personal things I like to do.
We have friends over. We all bounce up and down and jump for joy.
And Pico is like, yeah, probably when I was younger when bobbing for apples was fun. Vindicator says, wrestling is so disgusting. Eating after someone else's germs have infested the waters. I'm surprised they don't break out in hives after slobbering all over each other in the ring.
Whatever.
They probably just...
According to RVD, they just rape women all the time with sleeping drugs.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Like, right? Like, what the hell are you talking
Like,
about?
nobody's ever talked about it. Like, seriously. With the whole Me Too thing, I'm pretty sure somebody would have brought it up.
Oh, I'm sure. They would have had to have brought it up at some point. I was like, I love women's hairy armpits, so sexy. That's fantastic. Go Nakamura, go! Beat Cora and Corbin. Vindicator's like, Sophie's obsession with ratings have become amusing now. Maybe she secretly wants to work for a McBossman marketing and espionage team. LOL.
I've seen this with dog food, but never with candy. Nakamura! Oh, look at all the candy going into the crowd.
That one person, totally
Caught the bowl.
freaked out. Did you see that?
Because the bowl is coming at their head.
No, he kept the bowl. He didn't throw the bowl. He has it still.
Oh.
So that person was going like this. Like they were going to get something horrible thrown at them.
Maybe they're gluten intolerant.
Oh, maybe.
Look at the little kids. The little kids got candy. He's all excited. I got candy! I don't have to go trick or treat now.
He's like, I got me some candy.
You jackass! Literally. Michael Cole is laughing. He couldn't help it. He's like, oh my god, you're funny.
You're going to get us in trouble with the PG people. Oh, Sophie's like, I remember when they first did Raw versus SmackDown for Survivor Series. They announced the matches a month before the pay-per-view. Robbie says, D, I'm not familiar with your Megan 3 Stallion. It's the, like an old
It's like
English
Thee, like the Bible. Oh, God, he hit him with a pumpkin right in the lower back.
Hit him with a broken pumpkin.
Oh, he's shattering. We have one of these outside. We could do this.
Oh, my God.
He's beating him with a skeleton.
A skeleton? Get your voice up that high.
A skeleton! I can't.
Without hurting yourself. Grega John's in the
Hey, Greg.
chat. Hey, Grega, how's it going? Nicole says, and
Woo!
men
Nakamura.
taking dumps in gym bags, strapped with firearms jacked up on roids. Back in the day.
Yeah, they did some
when they
weird
just
shit.
rape women with, drugs and whatnot. Because like dumps in gym bags. Sorry, got it.
Back then, the women were like, well, it's the only way I'm getting laid.
Might as well just go with it.
It was the 70s. Oh!
He almost couldn't carry Baron over
Yeah,
there.
he was too heavy
He was
for
having
him.
a hard time.
Hopefully he's not herniated.
Sophie says, I want to be a fly on the wall of that meeting when they decide to make almost every pay-per-view next year on Saturday nights.
Yeah. There's a good chance that half of them will still be on Sundays. But yeah, there's quite a few still on Saturday.
Holly says, did you see that Asuka, Elias, and Lucha House Party and Bliss were drafted to Raw this week? Did you see that, Travis?
I did.
Bliss was already with Raw.
Yeah, it was Asuka.
Asuka, he said that. Asuka, Elias, and Lucha House Party.
Yes.
Bliss was already with Raw. She was actually...
Look at this!
Oh, there's
Big
no
clothesline.
candle. There's no candle.
It's dark in there. There's no candle.
Indicator says, have you two ever eaten candy corn?
Yeah.
As soon as I became 8 years old, it became disgusting to
Candy
me. For some
canes,
reason.
candy corn, and syrup.
The name
It's the
itself
3 food groups.
doesn't help either. Which is weird that he would eat candy corn because candy corn isn't a Christmas candy.
Yeah, I did.
Candy
My
corn?
grandma always had it on Christmas. But yeah, it's a Halloween one. But my grandma always had it, so she probably just kept it.
Ew. Gross. Sophie's like, candy corn I love to eat.
It's just like pure sugar.
It's literally just like eating corn syrup out of a bottle. It's disgusting.
Oh!
Oh,
Who are these guys?
poop on a stick with that.
Who are these people?
I don't know, but they're dressed up as evil pumpkins.
That's it. Mad Cat Mass 2 and 3.
Madcap Moss got the Boogs pin. Wow, that's really weird because I wouldn't imagine.
These guys aren't very big. They could be part of the women's division, maybe. You see how thin they are?
Yeah.
They're very feminine.
I don't think they're girls.
Oh!
They're dudes.
It's Alberto Correa! Angel Garza. Very, very shapely, though.
That's too
It was
funny.
Alberto Correa. But he's like 6 foot.
Ooh.
I'm glad they showed up.
That's too funny.
Future tag team champions right there. Was he going to I was calling a victory.
Why? I think I'm
I think that was
corn cob on my butt.
one of the best victories I've ever seen.
She's still talking like that too.
Look at something about.
Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Did you do that, Shanna? You did that. Shayna's like, what the fuck are you talking about? There he is.
Sonia. Right. Robbie says this match is jokes. Vindicator says, have fun with it, Sophie. I'll take my Starburst. Thank you very much. Sophie's like, we only have 2 or 3 Sunday pay-per-views next year and 2 Thursday pay-per-views.
They
next
cut him
year.
off to go to this match. He was talking. They're like, turn off your microphone. It's time. They literally just cut away from him. Even McAfee caught it. Cut off your microphone. It's time for the glow.
Right? Poor Sammy.
He was talking.
He's like, I can't even get my promo out. Jeez Louise. Robbie says, Ella sounds like a diabetic's nightmare. Ha ha. Pico says, candy canes. I can't mess with that anymore. You can't do the candy canes. Raleigh says, bet you having had bananas chopped up with strawberry yogurt on top with sprinkles of sugar. Yum, so nice. Bet you
Without the
haven't-
sugar, but yeah.
Bet you haven't had bananas chopped up with strawberry yogurt on top with sprinkles of sugar.
Sounds good, except for the actual sugar.
Okay,
part,
so no, because I don't really like yogurt that much. So I don't usually eat yogurt. But I do have my bananas chopped up in my mint chocolate chip ice cream. Pretty good. Films like any more women's matches coming up next? Yeah.
Yeah, right now, I bet you anything it's going to be Shayna Baszler that comes out and wrestles her.
Robbie says it's D's two mates. Yeah, those guys. Film says no, they lost. And Film's like, come on, Nakamura. And Pico says they're feminine looking all right. Sophie says, I'm not that big of a fan of Starburst. Vindicator says Humberto does have a feminine physique. I hope you recognize that, Dalethea, lol, but you didn't hear it from
The
me.
problem is that he's over 6 feet. So if you're over 6 feet and you have a feminine physique, it's fine.
Phil says, who's feminine? And Robbie says, hello, Travis, they are defo women, haha. What's hard to say that Humberto is feminine is because he has really wide shoulders. So I don't know if I'd really consider that a feminine physique.
No.
Narrow shoulders? Totally. Adam Cole and Angel Garza does have narrow shoulders.
Maria Sharapova has wide shoulders.
Pete Dunne. Charlotte Flair does too. I do have wide shoulders myself for a woman of my stature.
For a broad. Not bad for a broad.
But yeah, so it's kind of different though, because then you look like poor Charlotte Flair. You look square. So it's not exactly the funnest thing. Films like Who's Feminine? Robbie's like, hello, Travis, they are defo women, haha. Films like Poor Sami Zayn, and Sophie says, what is your fave type of milk to drink? I like chocolate milk, and I like eating Frosted Flakes for breakfast.
Almond.
Travis has a lactose issue. He does not drink cow milk, so he drinks gross almond milk.
I'm crying.
Not surprising that you're crying. Now, the question I have, Sophie, is do you like to eat your Frosted Flakes with chocolate milk?
Ew. No.
Why not? Just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Just eat your Frosted Flakes. Here's like, by the way, Starburst reminds me of Stardust, which is a great, powerful mastermind of AEW, Cody Rhodes' name in WWE. Robbie's like, Sammy got cooked by Naomi, lol. And Raleigh says, ooh, that sounds better. Delete the bananas and ice cream. I'm have to try that one. Thanks. Sounds lovely. It is. It's really good. It depends on what kind of ice cream you like. But it's good in chocolate peanut butter ice cream. It's bananas, and that's really good. I like it in mint chocolate chip because it was just a thing my mom liked. So I kind of grew up with it, and I really like it. But you could eat
Pretty sure it would be good in any ice cream.
You could have strawberry ice cream and a banana. That would be pretty tasty. There you go. See? Let's see, Philip's like, oh, you're talking about the dude that feminine. Bruh. Pickle's like, out of all the gimmicks, the E keeps changing. Why does Naomi, her gimmick stays? You know, Pickle, I don't know because it's gotten stale.
It's killing her right now.
I mean,
but they cannot turn her heel, guys. They can't.
They can't turn her heel. She has to still
There's
be a good
too
guy,
many heels.
Which is sad because I really wanted her to be, like, mean. I just wanted her to be mean. Rob is like, D is better looking than Dana Brooke. Oh.
You mean than Bart Simpson? I'm sure you are. She looks like Bart Simpson. I can't help it.
I know. I'm just saying, wow, that's not very nice, I guess. Very low on the totem pole.
Well, maybe he thinks she's hot.
Sophie's like, at least this is the final time they are on FS1 until the next time, whenever that will be.
World Series.
The film says, come on, WWE, let's get the show on the road. Let's see some women wrestle, because he wants to see more of their stuff. And Vindicator says, Travis, do you like goat's milk? Just curious is all, but I can handle cow's milk.
So I have some downstairs in cans, because we gave it to the puppies, but I've never actually drank it.
Goat cheese. He does like the
I have been eating goat cheese.
That I've gotten him. And some, like, because he doesn't eat gluten either, so I've gotten him these crackers.
Almond floured.
They're almost like Wheat Thins, but better. Like, they have a way better taste to them than Wheat Thins. And I get them at Costco. And
she's going to get the Shayna Baszler tonight?
Those and with the goat cheese, like, as a kind of like a dip, so.
So she's going to get walked through?
I guess. I don't know.
There's no way she beats Shayna Baszler. I guess she could. She could roll her up.
She could.
Dewdrop beat her.
Film says, P.S. I don't know about Shayna Baszler and Naomi's stuff. I don't see them attractive. Film says, but...
Not looking forward to that armpit, are you?
Oh, come on. She has lovely armpits. So does
Naomi does.
Pico says, do y'all ever get into Asia bowls? That purple stuff with granola for breakfast?
No. I don't even know what that is. No. I don't eat anything.
Not a huge fan of granola stuff. I don't really like it. Yeah.
Tomorrow
if
we're
I'm
going to
break my fast, it's definitely not going to be for that. It's going to be, a big chunk of meat or protein or
so Naomi wins this by a Farouk roll up, or she loses.
Fluke or wins. Win or lose. Ooh, is she going to give her some joint manipulation?
Where's the ref? Is she going to be the special guest referee?
Ooh, I don't know.
Was injured because Brock threw him right on his shoulder.
Robbie says, nah, D, I was bigging you up. But were you?
There. Sonya Deville's going to be the referee. And myself.
No way!
Sonya!
Philip's like, I want Sasha Banks to beat up Shayna and Naomi. Robbie says, I see Shayna has dressed up for Halloween. Oh no, that's her regular look.
Do we have referee shirts?
That's right. That is her regular look. Vindicator says this is not a fresh women's match, so we'll pass on this and watch the World Series. Sophie says, do you see Shayna Baszler leave the WWE like her best friend Ronda? No.
No, she has to make money. Ronda made a ton of money just being popular.
Robbie
She's like a
says
Kardashian.
Sonya needs a slap. Sophie says, we know this is leading to Sonya returning to the ring. And Robbie says, D, I always big you up. Ha. Oh, do you? Luna says, wait, what? And Piccolo says, what number of women's matches is this so far?
I don't know, 1? Have we had another one?
2.
Oh, no, Charlotte wrestled.
We had 2. Charlotte Flair and Shotzi were the number 1.
Is she already out? Oh, I thought she was going to get choked out immediately.
And then
Naomi is making it a match, though.
now we have Naomi and Shayna here. As they grab for each other's feet.
This is terrible. Shayna Baszler is so bad in the ring because she's so slow.
And it's so bad because
and then Naomi
doesn't do good with people who don't do good either.
Right.
So.
Naomi needs somebody to carry her, and Shayna can't do it.
Yeah.
And so it's very slow and botchy. It's cute. That's cute. I like that. But
Sophie says, I don't know what SEAbles are. Robbie says the camera needs to not zoom in Sonya. She will scare the kids if it does.
that's mean.
That's not very nice. Philip says Sasha Banks, they're better than Naomi's.
Oh, Naomi!
Is she okay?
She fell on her face.
Oh, God.
That's what irritates me. Like, why is she counting? 1, 2, 3, it's over!
Sonya gave her a fast 3 count. Jesus, Alita's like, just turned on my heat and my blanket. Oh, are you cold?
It is cold down there. It's like 50.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
Bundle up, Alita. You might freeze to death. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. It's been like 30s or 40s at night for us, so.
Shayna from behind choking her out. That's why I didn't rewind it. I don't know if
Because
they're...
we wanted to see what happened
There,
first.
that wasn't because she was distracted like Michael Cole threw that in. Thank goodness he saved her. She just botched it. Flat out. Like, she jumped up and tried to land with both feet on the top rope and missed. And so she went over onto her face.
Oh, poor Naomi.
Watch. It's right here. So she goes to get up. Now she was going to catch her, but watch, because Shayna tries to catch her, but she's not there. So here it is.
Shayna's
Watch.
not close enough. McAfee's like, she slipped. And he's like, and Cole's like, with the distraction.
Uh-huh.
This guy again.
He's the hand.
Film says that was some bad pen. And Pickle's like, here, 63, 65, it's nice tonight. I mean, if you're, if you can handle that. I mean, some of you I know down there are like, yeah, it's really cold.
Well, no, there is a very... Oh, wait, that's Picola. Never mind. Yeah,
Mhm.
63 in Florida. That's different.
Robbie says, haha, that was like 1 minute long. And Piccolo says, Sophie, they are super berry frozen yogurt, and you can top them with fruit or granola. Yeah, Assie's berries are supposed to be a super fruit. I mean, I haven't really read much about them, but...
It's a royal ass whooping.
I know that blueberries are just as good, so... Lita's like, feel the glow. Sophie says that doesn't interest me at all. And Film says that was some bad pin. And Robbie says the glow just burnt out. And Film says, I'm ready for Bailey to come out. Alita says it wouldn't go outside. And Nicola says, did I just stretch 15 seconds segment over? Yes, you did. Sophie says, I feel like this is somehow going to lead to a New Day breakup.
Me too. It's so evident.
Is it though? Is it evident?
The hand.
Robbie's like, Naomi is just a jobber now.
I've seen Stark. Well, I've never seen it, but I have read the book.
You've read the book?
Mm-hmm. Of the Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
The Hand. That's what they called Stark.
Right? And what
I can't remember. Lannister.
What happens
Tyrion Lannister is the boy, the bad guy.
Yeah.
Or is it, that's the midget, huh? Tyrion?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or is that the bad brother,
No,
the
that's-
badass sword fighter?
Pretty sure that's the...
Because one of them's a badass sword fighter. He gets his hand cut off. In the book. I don't know if it happens in the movie.
In the shows. I don't know. I need to read the books. I need to read them because I can't listen to them. Robbie says Naomi is just a jobber now, and Alita says, don't think that was a botch. Alita,
She fell on her
Are
face.
you talking about that? Are you talking about where she fell off that top rope? That was a botch. Like, that, she slipped. She literally slipped and fell. So I'm glad she's okay. That could have hurt bad. But yeah, they tried, like made it like, oh, the distraction, and that's why. Trying to save face for her, which is good. Piccolo says Tyrion is a dwarf. Yes. See, I thought you were right. I'm like, I'm pretty sure. Thanks, Piccolo, for, vouching for that information. Sophie says we had bad rain yesterday in Florida. Bad rain. Not good rain. It's not good if it rains. Thought it would be good if it rained. Isn't it good rain if it doesn't come with a hurricane? Right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be good rain if it didn't come with a hurricane? Robbie says getting boots with grip, haha. Alita says got named my dog after his daughter. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, entertain and stuff. Because as everybody dies, it's wild stuff, and supposedly HBO is having a prequel about the Dragon Lady's heritage. Yes. Yes, that's what we heard, that they were doing that. And then if you're a fan of Dexter, if anybody's a fan of Dexter out there, they're actually doing another Dexter series. It's later on and stuff like that with him. But yeah, What's Their Faces is doing that. Showtime? I think that's the one it was on. Sophie says my grandpa is coming to visit me and my mom tomorrow and going back to New York on Tuesday.
Goldberg has one more match on his contract.
Cool. Well, that's cool, Sophie. Enjoy time with your grandpa. That's pretty neat.
Yes, spend a lot of time with them.
Robbie says HBO has a lot of Deadwood. All those Deadwoods on HBO.
I guess they're doing another spin-off on the Game of Thrones.
That's what people had just said.
I had a phone in my ear, if you read
People said everybody dies. It's wild stuff, and supposedly HBO is having a prequel about the Dragon Lady's heritage.
Yes, like 200 years prior. Naomi looks upset. And that she fucked a pixie.
Ooh. Lydia says Arya Stark. Ooh. So it's like the New Day has been together for a long time, and I could see them breaking up, leading to a triple threat match between all 3 New Day members in the future.
Okay, come on. That's a little too
It's
much.
like more trivia. I got one. Who did China beat to become the first female intercontinental champion? Shawn Michaels.
Okay, Shawn Michaels would not hold that belt, so that's not Eddie Guerrero.
Sophie says, it was so bad my recycling went out of the bin and went everywhere.
Ugh. Not sucky.
The rain was so bad because it was so much.
Must
But
have been windy.
you know what's crazy though is that it didn't get blown everywhere too after it came up out of the bin.
Get floated up and then just gushed out.
Yeah, but it didn't come out and then get blown away by hurricane winds. Robbie says Sonya is a botchery wrestler. She didn't even wrestle, and no, she's not really. Film says that's easy. Eddie Guerrero. Everybody knows that.
Hey, I said Eddie.
I don't know the answer to that. Film, so not everybody
I
knows
guarantee I had no idea. I just guessed. Latino Heat.
You're like, oh, that sounds like something he would do for a woman. Just kidding.
I didn't watch WWE that time period. Actually, can honestly say I've never seen China wrestle. That was the era that I didn't watch.
I can honestly say that I have not either. Robbie's like, D, that's your opinion. Yes, exactly. As in what you said is your opinion.
What kind of opinion? About Sonya?
Sonya's a botchery wrestler, and I said she's not really that botchy.
I can't tell you because I've only seen her wrestle like 3 times. They never ever used her. She finally got a job that they used her on. I don't know why she'd want to wrestle. 1, 2, and... Go back to being a superstar and she'll end up like Liv Morgan.
Sophie says for a heel team, the Usos are getting cheered.
Yeah.
Phil says, I hope WWE Smackdown doesn't
1,
end with
2.
the last match. I want to see more ladies' armpits. You're not going to see them.
This is it,
the
bud.
last match. Film says, give this one to the Usos and then move to the next match. As Robbie says, Travis, spot on. That's my point.
Yeah, they don't do it. Yeah, they just don't use her. Sonya.
Right.
I mean, they used her, what, once against Mandy?
Well, her and Mandy were a tag team and they wrestled together and she wrestled with her and she didn't botch when she was wrestling with her.
God, I don't remember that. I mean, I remember, but I don't remember.
Well, let's put it this way. If she was so botchy and so bad, you would probably remember it. Hence Naomi. You remember it. Even though you hadn't seen her for a whole fucking year, you still fucking remember it, don't ya?
Right, because she looked so good on her first match back because she was with Bailey. Mm-hmm. And it looked good.
Yeah,
and then she wrestled with Carmella.
A year ago.
Okay, that's still not explaining
like
how this
happened. She hasn't been around
happened.
for like 7 months again. Piccolo says, okay, the answer was Jeff Jarrett at 1999 WWF Unforgiven.
Can you imagine being Jeff Jarrett? I'd just quit.
And losing to a woman. How horrible.
Did
Especially
not
after
surprise
you
me,
were
though. His
drugging
dad,
and raping them.
his dad, like, owned a wrestling company, and Vince didn't really like him.
Oh, that's why.
Like Dusty Rhodes. He didn't like Dusty.
Sophie's like, it was rainy and windy, and the recycling men haven't come to pick up, and it is scheduled to pick up recycling on Thursdays except for major holidays. So are they on strike? Are your recycling bin people on strike?
Is there more than 100 employees? Do they have to wear masks?
They're like, screw you, I'm not going to do it. They're in Florida. Do they care in Florida?
No.
Film says, come on, WWE, boo, boo, don't end this episode too soon. It's just a commercial break, buddy. Bruh. And Robbie says, do you keep the rants coming? There aren't any rants. There are no points and there are no rants. Nobody wants cold and soggy fries with that.
Hot and crispy. Hey, if they're not hot and crispy, they'll give you new ones.
They'll replace them. With what? I mean, like, what do they consider? Like, hot and crispy to what point, though?
Like a good French fry. Quit.
Okay,
You know what a good French fry
so
is.
you don't eat your French fries right away, right? So you're eating them out of the bag right away. You, like, take them home, let's say.
No.
What do you mean, no?
It's got to be within reason. Come on. It's like, oh, I had these 3 weeks ago.
No. That's what I'm talking about. Within reason. Like, right? You're 10 minutes, you drive home. Let's say you're 10 minutes away from home. And you get home and eat your fries, and they aren't hot anymore.
Because you drove.
You sat down to eat your fries.
In the store?
No. You took them home because you drove through the drive-thru.
Then no. Once you leave the premises, they're not replacing them.
Eating them on the thing. But that's what they're saying, though, right?
It said that?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
I think it's dining room only.
You think so? I don't think so. Because they aren't even open anywhere. Dining rooms, hardly.
There's a place in town. Is it Tasty Treat? No. There's a place like that where they're just closing down their dining room because nobody will work. And they're paying like $21 an hour. Is it Tasty Treat? I think it's Tasty Treat. I'm like, they can't get anybody to work for $21 an hour.
What? There's no way they're paying that much. I'll go work for $21
an hour. That's what I was saying. I was like, I know a lot of people that work for $21 an hour.
That's not, no. Huh.
And
so
down!
It's literally going to be like so they're going to be like you either have to go through drive-thru and that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, their drive-thru is so slow that they'll lose business.
Yeah. But they can't get anybody to work.
Well, they can't get enough people to work through drive-thru then either.
I don't know how many people they need. Maybe the owners can do it or something. Anyways, Kofi's getting his ass handed to him. And he's the right hand of the king.
Yeah, well, he must not be doing very good. Pickle says, I think the cameraman loves that barrier cubby. Like it's his home. Go to your home. Right? Feels like there better be more women's matches on Monday Night Raw. And
there
Robbie
will
says,
be.
D the perfectionist. And Pico says fries are either soggy or over salted. Never a happy medium.
There is going to be women's matches on the NXT show that is on, or AEW show that is on next, Rampage. Britt Baker, MD, and Abaddon.
Yeah, there you go. It's the first one. Film's like, okay, Wendy's try to roast McDonald's, LOL, and Alita's like, never, and Pico's like, I hear complaints about the older people having the worst time with the touchpads in McD's. Not surprising. They're ostracizing.
They don't want to pay their employees.
Well,
because their employees want too much money.
Okay, so this
it's
is
McDonald's. It's an entry-level job. You should be getting paid like $3 an hour.
Okay, so that's the problem with everybody who wants $15 an hour for every single job, right? The minimum wage be $15 an hour. That's what happens. People don't get jobs. How long can you go in a society where people aren't working?
We'll find out because there are people in the higher ups in the government that are paying people to stay home.
Yep.
So we'll find out soon.
Looks like, so an hour ago, WWE announced on their website Brock Lesnar has been fined $1 million.
Yes.
You missed it.
Yeah, Postman Pierce told us all about it.
Postman Pierce came on and he was like, besides him being suspended, I'm going to fine him
$1 million.
And then he talked to Mr. Bigglesworth about it. It was quite amazing. All right.
Look at those chops from the king. Bow to the chop.
Tom says, no offense, please show less Tom Brady. Alita's like, yes, Luke. And Alita says, who pays $21 an hour? I don't know. Supposedly somebody in our town. Film's like, I want to see 5 women's matches on Raw. Alita says, McDonald's, I'm going back in my wheelchair.
There you go. Rolling on up like Christopher Reeves.
Like, right? Like, I mean, come on, like, you can pay me $21 an hour? I will come work for you.
You see me rolling my wheelchair.
They hated. Medicare's like, okay, Trav, it's a fun time chatting with you. As always, I'll let you know how your favorite Abaddon does on Monday, Travis. Until then, have a good time with your candy corn and goat cheese. I
Yummy.
know, right? LOL,
I don't
bye.
eat that stuff, but yes. See you, Van. I will be watching NXT. I'm sure I'll
watching NXT.
Or whatever, AEW.
Film says, never trust the government. And Pico says, yep, I've been working remotely for about 16 months now. Yeah. How's that work out for your social life and your depression? Just out of curiosity. Because you never leave your work. Literally. You're at work all the time.
You have to just separate it.
You do, but at the same time, you almost can't. I worked from home for those few months, and it was hard to separate that. It was like...
Travis, get your hands off me.
It wasn't just that. It was just the fact that I was still here. I was literally still at work. I never fucking left. And I don't like that. I would rather go into an office and then get to leave that fucking place.
You would rather rent, like, would you rent a...
Yes, I probably would. I would probably rent an office space just so I could go to work from home, so I could leave work and come home.
What about like a nice shed, like a 12 by...
No, because it's still here. It's still here. It's still home. It's still at home. I would like to go somewhere else and then come back. Yeah, I don't like the whole...
Could you work at like K&B?
Yeah, because you're going away and then,
right.
You're going somewhere else. You're
just
leaving
wondering,
your property.
Could you, like, walk around the canal?
No, I think that's dumb. It's
okay,
right there.
Wondering. I'm trying to figure out the distance because K&B's right there.
It's just dumb.
That might do it.
I think it's having
the king.
I think it's having a lot.
What's this illegal man? 1, 2, and 3. Got him. The king won.
Lame.
Notice that the Usos were out there without the chief. And they had to wrestle the king without the chief.
People is like, take care, Vindicator. Robbie says this is not a main event match. Sophie says, what are both the WWE and AEW going to do if COVID gets bad again? Says there's another strain out there. Film says, who will win an armpit shaving match?
Is there an echo?
I don't want to talk about your armpits.
Delta echo.
Oh my god, seriously. Oh my god, no way.
What's F?
It was a virus that I don't remember what F is.
Echo, Charlie.
I know what
Francis.
Tango. I don't know what F is. Let's see. Sophie says blah, blah, blah.
Bravo.
Vindicator says, have a good one, Picola, Fat Lisa, king of all things, Florida. Film says, film says, no offense, I hate the pandemic. Sophie says, I don't know what is going on with the recycling men. The garbage men came, though. And Robbie says, LOD, LOL. Sophie says, what streaming service don't you guys have? Lots of them.
There's probably a lot because I don't know how many there are.
Pico says, well, I do go over to my mom's and help her garden in the mornings, then work 4 to 6 hours and split my time. Yeah. But, I mean, because it's like you're still at work. Literally, you're at work. Let's see. Robbie says, D, your mate got the 3 count. Sophie says, I like Wendy's fries and McDonald's chicken nuggets. Luna says, well, goodbye, everyone. Alita says, my mom loved working from home. And Film says, P.S. Okay, yes. I don't really... Film, I understand you love armpits. I just don't want to read your comments about them anymore. I'm done reading armpit comments. Gothleshi says, I'm gone. Also, bye-bye. See you in November. Piccolo says, I'll take a quick lunch or go run it on the treadmill, then work another 3 to 4 after.
It's a way to get it done.
That just, I would look at that as like it makes for a really long work day. Like even if you're chunking it up into those sections, you're still, you're doing stuff and you're working and then you're doing stuff and then you're working and then you have to, I don't know. To me, for me, myself, I just wouldn't enjoy it. I would rather just be able to I almost don't even wish I had to take lunches. I wish I could just work the full 8 hours and not even have to take a lunch. Just so I didn't have to do it. It's one of those things. For me, anyways. Alita says, I'm awkward. I'm awkward from you, Sophie. Let's see. Robbie says, D, at least you don't have your boss breathing down your neck when you work from home. Okay, no matter what, you have your boss breathing down your neck, whether you work from home or not. But anyways. All right, guys. I'm done. Bye.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching Wrestling Gab. And we will see you on Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody. Be safe. Halloween time. Get some candy.
Happy Halloween. Be safe out there,
Happy Halloween. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.